On COVID, you moved very fast. You personally engaged and said you were going to take down misinformation. On anti-vaxxing, you haven't done that. And if we get a coronavirus vaccine, there's going to be a lot of people using Facebook to try to convince people it's not effective. Would you consider doing the same thing with anti-vaxxers, saying that you would remove misinformation?
We work with the CDC and we work with the WHO and trusted health organizations to remove clear misinformation about health-related issues that could cause an imminent risk of harm. All the challenging questions about anti-vax and frankly a lot of misinformation come from cases where there has been some instance of harm, but that people are kind of blowing it out of proportion or saying it's more prevalent or common than it actually is. So, is it true that sometimes vaccines get mixed incorrectly by a doctor and that causes harm? Or is it true that even when a vaccine is helpful for addressing something overall, that it may not always be 100% effective? Yes, those two things are true statements. But does that imply that you shouldn't go get a vaccine? In general, not. So I think that if someone is pointing out a case where a vaccine caused harm or that they're worried about it, that's a difficult thing to say from my perspective, that you shouldn't be allowed to express at all. But what we try to say is if people are overgeneralizing things, if they're spreading misinformation, and we can defer to a third-party fact checker or an organization like the CDC or WHO on kind of clear health guidelines on things that could lead to imminent harm if people don't follow them, then we will try to take action against those.
As you think about history, how worried are you that history will record Facebook as an accelerant of social destruction?
I have a little more confidence in democracy than that. And I hope my confidence isn't misplaced, but what we do, and I think a lot of what the internet does overall, is gives individuals more power. It gives individuals more voice to share their experiences. And some of the times when I see people concerned about social media, some of those organizations are ones that used to be previous gatekeepers on things that in some cases had very noble missions to try to inform people, but in practice also served to lock a bunch of people out of the ability to get their experiences recorded and shared in the world.